Good evening, friends. Myself Nisha and myself Megha. Welcome to you all on today's session on BOS for your success for November 2023 examination. This is a special session on the electives because by this time it is being understood that you all are through with your studies and now you need a guidance to improve your performance. So this session has been scheduled so that we can guide you what are small steps that you can take towards covering up this journey of your chartered accountancy so that you are able to achieve a flying colors with good marks this chartered accountancy course. So as far as this subject is there, you must be understanding by going through the various level of the chartered accountancy course that it was a different game altogether. You might have seen at the foundation level the different nature of the questions, the different level of complexity, and very few acts to cover over there, and that to general nature of that. When you went to the higher level at the intermediate, you find there the act where the number of the act were increased and act with those acts which are very prevalent in the corporates, but yes, important one, but their degree of difficulty level was low in comparison to the final, but yes, higher than the foundation. And then you came at the final lap of the year and you find out that this level is the higher degree of difficulty plus the coverage. If you see the nature of the statutes, they are very difficult in nature, they are very technical, they are very complex, and even the testing in the examination is altogether a different game. So throughout this journey of chartered accountancy, you have been, you can say, facing a different ups and downs, and you have been seeing the different levels, and you have now become a strong enough to go with the final level. Because one thing is there, one person cannot become that much enough strong, or you can say mature, just by directly going to the difficult levels. So step by step, taking and moving forward will definitely make you strong as well as full of maturity to go with this chartered accountancy course. So if you see a strategy, there required is to be fine tuned with your best efforts of preparation in sync with what examination expects and how do you reorient yourself to the level of expectation. This is the necessity for your success. So this is sine qua non that this needs to be met up with this requirement. Having reached at this final lap of the course, early planning and preparation is the requirement. That means you should not wait till the last leg of your articleship training, but yes, you should start your preparation and planning timely. Fine, because if you leave it for the last hour or if you just wait for the 11th hour to begin with your preparation, then hardly time is being left. And in that case, time flies, like an arrow, and you get a very limited time to just proceed with your planning. And at that time, you students, or by and large, the students are preparing for the examinations in the fear. They have certain kind of tension ki how I'm going to do up, how I'm going to study, how I'm going to cover up my course content, and how to do practice, revision, and many more issues related to the examination. A certain kind of fear factors just comes in their mind and they are in big tension. Though we understand that you all are in tremendous pressure due to your busy articleship schedule and also with your audit work related to you with your principals, and also you'll be finding that you are having a very little social time also with you, no scope for holidays, Sundays, even festivals. Yes. Time, you all are very busy, but yes, it is being in that case 100% required that you start your planning and preparation for the examination in a timely manner to result positively. So with this positive side, we would like to start up the session. So yes, let's begin with. Yeah.
Yes. Very well said by Nisha. Before going to the highlights of the session, I just want to say that please focus on your examination. Only 40 days are left for your preparation for your examination. So only one thing is required: focus on your studies, focus on your examination, and prepare some strategies, prepare some timetable. And for these 40 days period, just boycott every social gathering, avoid social, your WhatsApp, you can just avoid phones, because after 40 days, once your examination is done, you will surely become a chartered accountant, and after that you will, you can use, you can go anywhere, you can use anything. So just for these 40 to 45 days, please remain restricted and just focus on your studies. So what is the highlight of this session? Journal queries. If you are having any query, we are before starting this session, we are assuming that you have gone through the study material 2-3 times, and mostly your 100% syllabus has been covered. You have covered the 100% syllabus. If in case you have any doubts, journal queries, if you are having some exam related queries or some paper pattern related queries, so you can ask during the session. And if you have some technical queries relating to some section in which some time we will take some time, we can take some time, so you can send these that queries over our emails or through BOS mobile app. We will surely reply you. Then second, guidance on improving performance. So I have already told that we are assuming before starting the session that your study material is completed, your case study digest. There is a study material of October 2021 edition. So it comprises of 7 chapters, and I have we are hoping that you have gone through each and every chapter carefully. It's an open book examination. So apart from the study material, you can you can take any material in your examination. You can take your study material. There is a case study digest also, which comprises of 55 case studies, and it's around 550 pages. So you can take that material also. I will tell you how to use that. And apart from that, there is a case laws also. It's a very important publication of Board of Studies, and it's covered all the relevant case laws of the 7 chapters. So kindly go through it, because some case laws question may be framed. So guidance on improving performance, that you have read all the material, but now how to write in the examination, how to use that knowledge. You have gained so much knowledge from these publications, but how to utilize, how to recapitalize during the examination, what strategy we follow, because in the examination we get 1 day leave. So in the 1 day leave before after 1 November, so how to utilize this and how to utilize this 40 days period. So if something is left out, we will convey you that this is left out, so you can improve on your preparedness.
Yes.
Yes.
In fact, we can see that what happens when you talk about improving of performance. So, if you see what the basic thing is required for improving your performance, it's just the planning and the
Planning
preparation.
strategy.
So, if you see these piece point are the pointers for your success. So, just start how you can proceed in these 40 days, your revision part. As Megha said, you are already done up with your studies. Now it's just to focus on the revision part, and that too consisting of writing practice too. Though it's an elective paper, you'll be having the content before you, but then also how you will relate what is relevant for you. Because since you're having very every kind of the notes available and handy at the time of the examination, it happens that you are being confused. So that's what is being required. You require to relate to what is the related provision, or what is that particular question which has been raised is pertaining to which law. If you can make out this thing, then only you will be easily able to make out and find out and write down the relevant provision. Just read it, just refer it during the examination, and then you can lay it down in your examination. But this exercise is only the typical one to trace out what is the relevant provision, what is applicable or relevant over there. So it comes with the practice. As far as our experience is there with respect to this paper, we have find out that as much, if you see the even the this case study digest booklet, or if you see significant case laws, so you must be seeing that during the past examination many questions has been picked up from these publications, though little bit tweak has been made in the fact, or somewhere the MCQs, you can say the facts has been little bit changed in the MCQs itself, or they have changed the options, or the calculation based required, so they have changed certain dates and all these things. So but yes, it is that if you have read this publication, so it will just make you to know ki yes, This could be the possible or probable answer or the probable method of finding out the answers. So that time it will not be taking you much time during the examination. So that way you will be narrow down your time. That is very important during the examination, because in the 4 hours, because this is a 4 hour paper. Yes, so you need to, you have to manage your time very perfectly, because you have to attend the case study questions, because this paper is case study based. So you understand that reading times also takes time. So you need to manage your time properly, not only reading of the paper, but also then reading the question and then again correlating the given information in the case study, and then tend to relate what is the relevant provisions prevailing over there, and then writing. And of course the writing also again takes a time. So within the 4 hours you have to complete the paper, the entire paper. So it needs to understand that you need lots of practice, not only of writing but also of reading of this, whatever the sample case studies is given in the booklet case study digest, because just go through it again and again. So some are the concepts which are, which are frequently touched upon. Yes. So you'll be finding in somewhere, you will be finding, yes, there are many issues which has been repeatedly asked in the various case study. Yeah, they are some sort of similar in nature. Yes. So when you will be reading now, it will be revising and will be helping you during the examination also in understanding the nature of the question that has been asked during there. So somewhat you will be a bit relaxed looking at such types of the questions with which you are familiar. So please read it and try to write also, because within that time frame you have to write the answers also. So sometimes it happens you just find it out, but writing also again take a time. So you should also do the writing that you are able to complete with whatever time you have allotted to that particular case study to attempt. You have finished within that timelines your that particular case study and its answer. So this is the basic thing, and you must be seeing that many students must be there, those who may be possible they may not be appearing for the first time. So somewhere they might have been agitated ki every time we're reading we are near to something to clear the paper, some sort of not got the positive result. So I'm telling you, please don't lose your hope, because you never know what tomorrow will bring for you, right? And this big journey begins with, these short steps only. Rather than thinking about in a negative way, please proceed with the positivity. And learning is never done without error, or you can say defeat. So somewhere we learn from our failures also, in fact. And even a very good line, Megha, has been said by Swami Vivekanand ji. He said that all power is within you, and you can do anything and everything. So put your heart, soul, and mind into even your smallest act, and that will definitely lead you to the success. Whatever the strategy or whatever the things we are sharing, it seems to be small, but yes, it's very important. And somewhere they are going to change your outlook towards attempting the paper and to make you comfortable in appearing of the examination. So it's being required that you plan your list of actions, what all you're going to do it while just preparing during the examination. These 40 days, actually, what will be your plan? What will be the list of actions that you are going to do it? It should be arranged in whatever sequence, is thought, which will definitely make you to achieve your object. So kindly go with it. And one important thing, just proceeding with our main part of the session, the important thing is that let me first tell in Hindi, then I will just narrate in the English also, just for the convenience of you students. एक व्यक्ति ने स्वामी विवेकानंद जी से पूछा, सब कुछ खोने से ज्यादा बुरा क्या है? सब कुछ खोने से ज्यादा बुरा क्या है? स्वामी जी ने कहा, वो उम्मीद खोना जिसके भरोसे हम सब कुछ पा सकते हैं. Here what happened, a person asked to Swami Vivekanand ji कि what is more worse than losing everything? At that time, Swami Vivekanand ji said, to lose the hope, because this is the hope only through which we can achieve everything. So don't lose your hope, move forward, and let's begin with the session.
Yes, relevant publication sources. Study material October 2021. Dear student, it is the study material. It contains 7 chapters. and it is updated till 31st October 2021. And after that, whatever amendments has come for November 2023, the cutoff date is 30th April 2023. So all the amendments from 1st November 2021 till 30th April 2023, we have uploaded on the BOS website. So please go through that amendments part. It contains amendments relating to CCI, relating to IBC. Almost every chapter except RERA and Benami, there are amendments.
Yes.
So kindly go through that chapter, because on the basis of that amendment, maybe some case studies is framed. So on the if the case study is based on that amendment, so entire questions may be changed. So kindly go through the study material and the amendments part also. One another publication, Case Study Digest, it comprises of 55 case studies. Around 550 pages of case studies are there, and if you go, we request 555.
I'm talking about the number of case studies.
Okay. So if you have not gone through the case study, we request kindly go through it once, and if you have gone through already, so kindly revise it again, because maybe some 2-3 case studies or one or two similar case studies may come in the similar framework. So if you have revised, if you had done all the 55 case studies, so surely you will clear your examination. So might be some basis of amendment, some you will get an idea regarding the paper pattern, that which type of questions are being asked in the case studies, what are the descriptive questions. So it will entirely cover your all sections. You will get an idea that what are the important provisions which are repetitive in nature, which case studies are repetitive in nature. Might be some provisions are there in which 2 or 3 case studies are being made. So if you have not gone through the case study, this case study digest one, just go through in this 40 days time. And if you have gone through, just revise it 2-3 days. Many students are might be thinking that it is an open book examination, so we will search during the examination. Dear student, don't do this mistake, because if you have read the study material 2-3 times, if you have done the case study digest, only when you can search the case studies, you can search the material. Many students are telling ki it's an open book, so I will search and write. No, if your concepts are not clear, so you will your entire 4 hours time will be left in just flipping on the pages. आप 4 घंटे तक सिर्फ पेजेस ही पलटते रह जाओगे अगर आपने अपना स्टडी मटेरियल और केस स्टडी डाइजेस्ट अच्छी तरह नहीं पढ़ा है, बिकॉज आपका मटेरियल केस स्टडीज आर वेरी वाइड इन नेचर. 25 मार्क्स का योर केस स्टडीज देयर, 25 मार्क्स ऑफ 4 केस स्टडीज आर देयर. सो if you have not read the study material in case study digest, though it will be very difficult, rather you can take the study material in case study digest, but it will be of no use if you have not read it minimum 2-3 times. So case study digest, just go through this. Apart from this case study digest, there is a booklet on case laws, because it is in an open book examination, and apart from act, many sections, many provisions are based on case laws, decided case laws also. So these case laws covered all the 7 chapters. So kindly go through this booklet also. Maybe some questions are based on the case laws covered in the relevant case law booklet. So just read it, and if you have any problem relating to that, you can ask us at any time. Then mock test paper. Mock test paper will be held for this paper in October. It will comprise of 5 case studies. It will be purely paper of examination pattern. You will get 5 case studies. Out of that 5 case studies, you have to attempt 4 case studies. So you will get an idea. You can do the mock test paper at the branches also, and you can do the mock test paper at home also. After 2 days, the answers will be uploaded, but we request that before going through the paper questions, don't look at the answers, okay? Because by doing the practice, you will get an idea that where you are lagging. So you can, after completing your mock test paper, complete 4 case studies, or you can do 5 case studies also, because it's not in paper, it is only for practice purpose. So all the 5 case studies you can do at home, and once the answers are released by the Board of Studies, you can compare your answers with the answers published by the Board of Studies. So it will surely help you. Then suggested answers. What are the suggested answers? You must be aware. The suggested answers, the last 2, 3, 5 attempts question paper along with the answers provided by Board of Studies. So I think 4 to 5 suggested answers are available on the website. It means around 20 to 25 case studies are available in the form of suggested answer. So you can see that you can get an idea that what are the case studies have come in the May 2023 and November 22. So you will get an insight that what type of case studies are being asked in the examination. So it is addition to your question bank. You can see that study material, case study digest, in it 55 case studies are there. Then mock test paper will include 5 case studies and suggested answers 20 to 25. So you are till now you are having 80 to 90 case studies. It's a very good number of questions, good number of case studies. If you can do all these case studies, you will surely, we can guarantee you. But with the concept, with the open mind that yes, you are gaining something. You are don't do this. You are reading the case study. No, you have to apply your mind also on these case studies. So you will surely clear your examination.
Yes, and looking at this, oh, so much to study because it seems to be bulky. Because as already said, the study material itself is bulky. Then case study digest. But yes, why case study digest is bulky? Because it contains the reasoning also. Just for your understanding. So after reading the study material, once you are completed, go with the case study digest. So you will understand the practical application of the law in the case studies. And this is what Megha is emphasizing. Just not the plain reading is sufficient, but you need to have the understanding of the law. And besides with the understanding, how to apply the law and how to evaluate whatever the situation is given in the question, and to analyze and interpret the law within the provided information in line with the relevant legal provisions. So this is the law, because interpretation is the most important thing, and how you will apply the interpretation of law. This comes with the practice also, and when you read and again you tend to understand, yes, this is the practical situation, and in the practical situation we analyze the situation in this way, and in this way we just do the evaluate and synthesis of the situation and solve the questions. So basically it is an integration type of the case studies. You'll be finding 2 or more acts within a case study. So you are being required to have the understanding of the laws in a very nice manner, and in a, you can say, in relation to each other. It is not just you are limiting your knowledge only up to one statutes only. Sometimes Benami and if you talk about PMLA, they are interrelated. So sometimes questions are being asked in such a manner, you have to give your answer in line with, you are in light with both the acts. So you need to understand all this, intricacies of the subject of the elective paper. And being a specialized paper in the economic law, you need to understand all these things. And when you talk about the significant case laws, I'm telling you at many times, many case laws, the facts has been picked over there, the situation has been picked up over there, and they have been concocted and fabricated in the form of a case study. And then the question has been asked in the examination. And many places, your direct decision given in that particular, case laws, your answer is also based within that case studies that has been asked in the examination. So if you know what the opinion or the decision is given in that particular case laws, so you will be deadly sure that yes, the law has been applied in this sense and it has been concluded in this way. So just read the case laws also, and they all are the significant case laws. This will not only help you in the examination, but also it will enlighten you, and a kind of an interest is developed while reading and understanding of the subject. So read this booklet with the interest, but yes, at the last, once you are through with study material, then case study digest, then booklet. Arrange in this manner only your study pattern, so that you are able to correlate and understand the same. Mock test paper already told by Megha, and suggested answer already explained to you. These are also very important from the practice as well as revision part. So kindly go through these, and as a whole, already Megha said you have got an ample number of case studies for revision.
Other relevant sources for November 23, we have already told you that amendments are there, and the amendments are very important from examination point of view. So it is uploaded on the BOS websites as amendments under Paper-6D. So keep it in with your study material, and section wise we have provided the section wise in which the amendment has come, and page number we have also specified. So kindly go through, take a printout and sit with your study material, and you can also mark the amendment in your study material while revising the chapters. Referencer for quick revision. What is this? In every monthly student journal, we just give the capsules. So for the paper 6D also there are the capsules. What is there in the capsule? We are providing 3 to 4 case studies in our capsule. So if you go to the website, there is a link for quick referencer. Under final, just go through the paper 6D. You will find 3 capsules and it comprises of around 10 to 11 case studies.
Yes.
So
yes.
yes. So just read that case studies also, but that that case capsule is of April 2020. So sit with the amendments part, because the answers are not being amended, and the same is with the case of suggested answers, because the suggested answer is of, for example, the suggested answer is of May 22. So it will comprise amendments up to October 21. The amendments after that are not included in the suggested answer. So whenever you are reading some suggested answer, when you are practicing some suggested answer or some this quick revision or your case study digest also, because your case study digest is of January 22 edition, and last 1 year amendment has not been incorporated. So just sit with the amendment parts and you can practice the case studies from that.
Yes, please mind the things which Megha shared with you, relevant amendments. Yes, go with it and keep the hard copy with you. And the other important aspect is that before 2-3 months before the examination, generally what happens, you refer this student journal, because what happens, many important announcements related to the examination are generally being published. Sometimes they also come out with certain applicability or non-applicability of certain content from the syllabus. So if you have referred that to, it will narrow down your timing also while revising the subject, while studying the subject. Plus you can catch and hold these announcement in letter and spirit, and you will find that there is a relation between what is announced and what has come in the examination.
Yes.
So this is very important thing, and sometimes students generally they get skipped and they consider ki, oh, I know everything, but nahi, sometimes at the last moment certain decision is taken or certain kind of amendments come which is generally being is not expected, or certain content is of such a manner which cannot be made applicable to the student for that particular attempt. So that is being separately announced and is being given in the newsletter. So kindly keep yourself updated and please keep with yourself so that it will help you during the examination.
One more thing I want to say, that there are 7 chapters included. Some students tell ki which chapter is not very less important. So can we skip one chapter? Dear student, kindly do not do specific study. All the 7 chapters are very important. Kindly do not leave any single chapter, because it might comprise the MCQs. The maybe some 2-3 case studies are based on that chapter which you have left out. So it will create a negative impact on your marks. So all the 7 chapters are very important from point of view.
Yes, selective study तो
होनी
वैसे भी
नहीं,
avoid करनी
CA में
चाहिए,
नहीं
avoided. Yes. Now moving to the next important aspect is, yes, this is one-stop solution. If you see BOS knowledge portal, every solution is there on this
BOS
portal.
knowledge portal.
Yes, all sorts of, you can say, the facilities that has been provided for the benefit of the students are available on this BOS knowledge portal. Whether you want to refer the past examination papers, question papers, or the suggested answers or MTPs, whatsoever it may be, the study mate, and every kind of the resources that already has been discussed just before in the earlier slides, that you could find it over on the BOS knowledge portal. Even if you want to go to the BOS mobile app also, you can also log in through BOS knowledge portal. Just go to the BOS knowledge portal, then on the right side you will be finding a window for student login IDs. Just enter your this credential and you can enter into the BOS mobile app. Directly it will be connecting to BOS mobile app, and all the facilities available on the BOS mobile app will be made readily available to you at one place. So why we have called this quick fix for the students? Because anytime, anywhere, students can start up with any of the thing and refer for its preparation. So everything is there. You can just download on your mobile this BOS mobile app, or just going through the, if you have a system, you are at home, so you can anytime just log in on BOS Knowledge Portal and access through the BOS mobile the various important relevant resources that are available, the lectures that are available, MTP suggested, and everything, whatever you want. And you can enhance your improvement, you can enhance your performances just by going all these relevant sources. Now, this is again one of the most important thing, Aladdin's magical lamp, BOS mobile app. We can give this, title to the BOS mobile app, Aladdin's magical lamp. As the lamp is being rubbed and something what you just want, whatever you desire, it comes out through the genie. Okay, but here similarly, whatever you just want to see with respect to your academics or your studies, just go on the BOS mobile app. BOS mobile is the Aladdin's lab. Just go on, and whatever you want to see, whatever you require at that moment for your reference, just click it and you will get it. So in that way you can fulfill your requirements with respect to your academics. So here we have given the download of an Android phone. You can download this BOS mobile through Google Play Store, and if it is an Apple, then you can download from the Apple Play Store. So this is simple, the link that we have given for your convenience.
Yes, paper pattern. What is the paper pattern for, if you see that illustrative paper pattern, I think you must be aware, but we are just revising your concepts, that how many case studies are coming, what type of case studies are coming. So your electives paper is comprises of 5 case studies, and you are required to do any 4 case studies. So one case study is optional. So 15 minutes time is allowed, I think, in this paper also.
Yeah, it's there.
So 15 minutes time you will be provided for your reading time before the examination. So what you can do in this 15 minutes time, you can select the case studies you want to attempt. Okay, so 4 case studies you have to select in the very hurriedly manner. You don't have a 5 to 6 minutes time. Just apply that which case study you are least interested, which you are least confident. So you can skip that case studies, and in the 15 minutes time you can select the case study which you are not attempting. And in the 4 case studies, also there will be, that case study will be of 25 marks each. So you can calculate that 4 hours paper comprising of 4 case studies. Some students say ki we are getting 1 hour. No, dear students, 1 hour is for, yes, for case study, but maybe some case studies involves less time and some case study involves higher time, and some I think 20 to 25 minutes time will be there for your revision. So approximately 40 to 45 minutes time you have to make a target for each case study, keeping in mind you have to complete the paper in 3.5 hours, and 30 minutes, thoda sa 10-15 minutes up and down, and 10 to 15 minutes time for your revision purpose. So 5 case studies. In the first 15 minutes you have to select which case study you don't want to attempt. Then 4 case studies, which case study you have to attempt first. You can select the flow also. Okay, then each case study is of 25 marks. Every case study comprises of 5 MCQs, 2 marks each, totaling 10 marks, and 15 marks descriptive questions will be divided, can be divided into 2 or 3 subparts. So you can see that out of 100 marks paper, your 40 marks paper will be MCQ based, and 60 marks paper will be your descriptive nature. So 40 marks MCQs is very scoring. So if your concepts are clear, your concept clarity is clear, your concept clarity is there. So this 40% MCQs you can easily score 35 to 38 numbers. Okay, so for clearing the paper you need 40% marks, and for aggregate 50% mark, and for exemption 60. So this 40% marks you can score easily. And nature of questions will be your application oriented, and some questions can be based on evaluation and synthesis. You must be aware what is ANS, because you're a final student. ENS questions, some involve some calculation, some complexity is high in these type of questions, ENS. And application oriented are questions that some questions will be based on your case studies, and all the questions will be based on your case study. But some MCQ, some descriptive questions might involve some integration of 2-3 sections. So that question will be your ENS, and the entire paper is your mixture of A and ENS.
Yes. As Megha has said that you need to know about the paper pattern. So yes, this is the very much requirement of the this during this curriculum, that you need to have what kind of the paper pattern comes over there, because you will be agreeing that no two questions paper tally like a trial balance, and each one excel in its own approach towards the topic. Whether it may be, you'll be finding yes, in this way they touch upon the topics in this manner, towards the problems that are being involved in application and practical situation, the same nature of the problems as already said. So if you are going to paper pattern repeatedly, seeing the past attempts paper, so you will be easily making out ki yes, there seems to be some sort of the similarly or some approach has been followed, and that approach only the papers are being framed for the coming time also. So after, if you're seeing this past attempts papers and all this, you have to draw your own strategy, your own smart tricks कहते हैं ना, that should be utilized, and your brain should be utilized कि how you can gain from all these things. Your analysis is need to be done. So you'll be coming to the conclusion to that thing, that don't spend much time on the topics which are not repeated or asked frequently. Just give a glance, just study for once, then you can see yes, it is not being asked repeatedly, or it is some kind of, you can say, a little bit of less important in nature. So you're just not required to much focus on that particular topic. So you can just read once, so that you're at least aware of what the provision talks about, what the topic deals with. But yes, focus on those topics which are frequently asked in last 2 to 3 attempts. So that will make you to know, yes, these are the important topics, and every time the questions are being asked from this particular, subject of this particular act or this topic. So you can just focus very much in detail with deep understanding, and focus on those topics and practice various forms of the questions that has been asked in the examination, because in different manner every time that topic can be touched upon. So what are the different manner, or how the different nature of the questions can be framed from that particular topic? So you need to understand that thing, you need to practice whatever the questions has been asked in the past. Just read it, so that you can understand that yes, these are the various situations that they can come out with, or these are the various practical situations that can be arise. So you can easily reply and answer that particular questions with respect to application of the law in that situation. And so that just it will, what will happen if your these types of questions are being asked, then what will happen, you will get the probability of knowing ki yes, suppose in the sense, let's take in that manner, whatever has been asked in just the previous paper, their probability is very less to be asked. So you can give less time to that particular topic, but don't skip it, because ideally there is no solution to the skipping of topics. You have to read everything. This is only the crux of the whole thing. But yes, where you have to give the more time, where you have to give the more focus on which topic, so that needs to be analyzed by you only, through the, just by considering the various paper suggest past attempts papers and all these things.
Yes, I have already told you that 5 case studies, 5 based MCQs. Each case study will be 5 MCQs totaling 2 marks each, comprising of total 10 marks, and descriptive questions in 2 or more parts for 15 marks. So total 25 marks into 4. So 4 case studies and 25 marks. So this will be the case studies. And duration and mode of examination. Yes, we have already conveyed to you that it is an open book examination. You can take any type of material. You can take your study material. You can take the case study digest. You can take the bare acts. But that you have must read whatever material you are taking. You have been read at the home, because new material अगर आप लेके जाएंगे तो you are just flipping the pages. Okay, so whatever material you are taking, kindly take less material, but material आपको कहाँ लेके जाना है? In your brain. Okay, hard copies में इतना it will not suffice the purpose. The main purpose is that कि all the concepts are clear. You can take all the type of material, but जब तक आपका concept clear नहीं होगा, तो it will not serve the purpose.
हाँ, मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं, but whatever the material you have read. Yes, whatever the material you referred for your examination, only take that material, because you are very much known
Familiar
from
with
which chapter, from which page this particular topic is. Suppose if you jump off any of the topic which is coming next to that relevant portion, so you'll be able to know, yes, it is somewhere back to this page number, or before this topic is being covered in the material. So that will help you little bit in finding of that related sections or the related topic. But if you take something new, then it may be a problem to you.
Yes.
That way.
And duration is 4 hours because all the other papers are of 3 hours, but it comprises of 4 hours plus 15 minutes. Reading time is allotted to you. So this 15 minutes time is a grace period for you in which you can decide which case study you want to attempt, and the flow of the case studies you can also decide.
Yes. Yes, this is regarding the applicability of legislative amendments. Yes, I was already said about this amendment that it is separately being hosted on the website under the heading the recent developments. So you can just find it over there. There we have given the amendments being dealt is being covered from 1st November 2021 to 31st of this. Yes.
1st November
Yeah.
2021 till 30th April
Yes.
2023.
So you need to understand, because our material is of 21 October. Whatever amendment has later came on after the publication of this, study met, that amendment has been separately given through the, amendment list of amendments hosted on the website. So you need to check all these amendments. As already said, the major amendments are in the portion of, you can see that there are certain notifications pertaining to the Competition Act, then PMLA, there are various amendments or notification is there with respect to various sections. So that PMLA is there. Then if you will be seeing, you will be finding FEMA. FEMA, of course, contain the major amendment portion because overseas investment is there. This is the something which has replaced the earlier your existing, overseas direct investment regulations. And somewhere it has also replaced your, acquisition of immovable property and in case of the outside India. So that has all been now replaced and dealt and being covered under one single, you can say, regulation, that is the overseas regulation 2022. So that is there. And being the recent amendments, it may be possible that these concepts may be properly tested during the examination. So just go through it, these amendments plus IBC. Again, it is the one of the important and major that recently all the recent amendments take place very fastly, and there are many amendments in fact. So you need to read these 4 laws properly along with the amendments to understand the latest position of the act, and accordingly you have to give the answers in your examination. Yes, now next important concept is manage time. As already told, the time management is very important, because if you lag in time in attempting your, timely manner, then definitely you will miss out to attempt the complete paper. So there will be a loss in that way. So it's very much required that you just allot time, as Megha already has very well explained to you how you can allot the time to each and every question and how you can proceed with the writing of the paper. So first is making the optimum use of the 15 minutes for the reading. This is again the very important 15 minutes. These are the, changing your, you can say, the strategy. But everything is just 15 minutes decides your future, you can say, in fact. Whether you'll be do in die state of condition, you will be there just because of 15 minutes, it's not better utilized. So it's required that this 15 minutes should be utilized in the best possible way. Go through all the questions quickly. This is again one of the things. Within the 15 minutes, you are required to, because when you have to decide something to skip or to do something, you need to read it first. So at that time, you need to read the question paper quickly without just much understanding, but by giving a quick reading, you tend to understand that yes, I am able to understand this case study. So just by reading the question with reference to the same case study, you can make it out. So just give the quick reading to all the questions, then select and mark the case study that you would be attempting first, because at that very moment you have to decide the strategy. Yes, I'm going to do the first this one. I'm comfortable. I'm sure the answer, and I'm going to solve this case study. So just accordingly plan and then decide which case study you're going to do in which order. Allocate an estimated time for each case study. This is again very important. And as already said, according to the difficulty level, just give the times. It may be possible some question may take less time, some may take more time. So accordingly, you have to adjust the time management for attempting of question. Keep aside 10 to 15 minutes at least for revision part. This is very much required. Sometimes what happens when we are writing the paper, we miss out something. Some important thing is being missed out. So kindly in the last, before submitting papers, just before 10 minutes, just see everything has been done and the conclusion has been let down properly or not. Adhere to time allocated. This is the very much important requirement. Then write each answer in commensuration with marks. This is one of the most important answers. Generally, students are, ma'am, what all to write? because you're already having, notes and the books with you. So you have everything on your table. Now you're thinking what to be written in the copy itself, in the answer sheets. So yes, there you have to apply your mind. How much marks has been allotted to that particular question? Accordingly, the length of the answer should be precisely let down in that manner only as per the requirement of the question. So you need to write as per the requirement of the question, the relevant aspect of the legal provision. Is not required that you lay down the entire provision since you are having everything with you. So that should not be there. So just move on with the smart, outlook. Yes, if 2 number is given, this much I have to directly write and conclude my answer. If it is 5 number, then yes, with certain support legal background, support of the legal provision, then you have to give only the relevant aspect as much is being required, and then your answer in the question. Right, that is very much important, and it happens generally students are a little bit confused, in the sense ki what all to matlab how much provision is to be written over there. Shall I give the whole, or how to do it up? So this is simply already at many times we have discussed. Just go, just by you can say it's your smartness, your intelligence, and your wisdom. What is being required, give only that much information, and then the answers. Then how to attempt the paper? As said, there are two nature of the questions are being discussed in this examination, MCQ as well as the descriptive type. So this is with respect to first how you can answer the MCQ questions. So as already said, every MCQ has 4 options, okay, and all the options will be so near to each other that you will feel like a yes. If you see the first option, you will feel yeah, this seems to be correct. So you should not be doing such a thing that you stop reading the other options. You need to refer the other options. So you have to read the other options also. And after reading second, you feel like, this is more better and this is more right.
More appropriate.
Yes. So it may be possible out of these 4 options, you feel like yeah, every option seems to be the correct one. But you need to read in line with whatever the information is given and in sync with that, and in according to the information and in line with the that act, whatever the act prevails on that. Accordingly, you have to write down the most appropriate answer, not taking it on the standalone basis the options. You have to see out of the 4 options which is the most appropriate answer. That should be marked as a correct answer, and that should be chosen by you students. An option in the MCQs are basically being intended to test the understanding of the subject, how much they have the conceptual understanding, they have the knowledge of the provision, how much hold they have on the concept. So sometimes it happens there may be some MCQs that may be asked on standalone basis, just simply testing the knowledge of the provision. But it may be possible some MCQs may be relating to the case scenarios. So you need to read that facts also, in what sense the facts is given, in what way the fact has been asking, and what requirement, what information has been given. Then accordingly you will refer the law and then you will give the answer. But the thing is that sometimes it happens, that MCQs basically, when they are what to say, that there is a possibility that you are not sometimes not related to the fact, they are independent. Then you have to just think from an independent mindset. Yes, if this could be a situation, then what will happen? Then in that case you have to think from an independent point of view rather than going to that. Suppose some background is given in the case scenario, the case study, but a question has been asked. Suppose if this is not done, something else is done, matlab some other requirement is being done or some other condition is given, some kind of this is given ki yes, if suppose this happens, then what will be the result? So at that time you have to think it from different aspect the question, and then accordingly you may mark the answer. Then moving to the next important aspect is that read the question properly. Sometimes it's just reading in in a quick manner or in hurriedly, you can say, or being in tension, you won't read and understand what exactly has been asked in the question. So just without considering the requirement, and you come out with some wrong option or with wrong answers. So it is required that first read the facts carefully of the case study, then the MCQs, what MCQs is asking in line with that, and then you have to give the answer. If you required, you can go back to the information given in the case study in order to link the question as well as the given fact. Then how to attempt the paper? This is with respect to descriptive part, right?
MCQs.
MCQs only. Yeah, sorry.
Answering MCQs.
Yeah, how to, because these are certain important information related to the MCQs that you does not require to give the reasoning. First of all, simply mark the correct option, right? OMR sheet will be there again for this part also, so you have to simply darken the circle. Then sometimes what happens, the MCQs facts are, little bit changed. They just tweak it. They just twist the fact little bit here and there, and then ask the same question what has earlier been asked, or something the similar nature of the thing, so that students are sometimes confused. They don't understand ki yes, they have changed little bit either the fact in the case study or in the question itself. So read it properly and then only mark the answer properly. Read the question and think to which law and the legal provision it relates, because this is the important thing, because this is not a memory based examination where you just read and just memorize the important concepts and all these things. Here something, everything is with you only, everything is lying on the table at your comfort.
You can memorize,
yeah,
you can check as well.
Yes,
from the material.
Yes, but you are being, though you are confident that this
Yes,
pertain to that section,
that
but
section.
then also, refer. Yes, Megha. Then also it's being required that they should refer the study mat just to confirm whatever they have read in, and accordingly then come up with the right answers. And they have to read the relevant provision and then analyze the question. This is the common thing again. You have to write your answer in linkage with whatever the fact is given and analyze accordingly.
Yes, after MCQs, what are the descriptive questions? How you can attempt the descriptive questions or scenario-based, practical-based questions. So 15 marks descriptive questions will be there. So before going to the descriptive question, just read the case study 2-3 times minimum, and after that apply the MCQs and attempt the MCQs, and then read your descriptive question. Then after reading the descriptive question, you can relate that to which legal provision, which legal section your question comprises of, your question is based on. So you can write and you can correlate the question as well as the legal provision. So you can start your answer with the correct legal provision which is based off your question. So you can start with the legal provision involved in the question. Then refer and read the relevant provision from the materials. If you are 100% sure that whatever you are writing, you are memorized, you have been memorized the section, then you can quote it. Otherwise, if you are little bit 1 or 2% confused, that yes, you can confirm from the material which you have brought, so you can read from there and then you can write the relevant provision from in your answer sheets. Then you have written the relevant legal provision, which we have said that if the question is based on subsection 2 of some section, so you can write only that subsection. It's not the case that it is an open book examination and you are writing all the sections blah blah. No, that is not the requirement. Only the question, only the provision which is being asked in your question, you have to write only that, because 4 hours is not so much time for 4 case studies. So you have to write according to your question, and only relevant legal provision you can write. Then you can correlate the provision with the question being asked in the examination and the case studies involved, because here the case studies are also in this. So you have to correlate 2-3 things: legal provision, the facts given in the case study, and the question being asked. Then you can conclude your answer at the end, and according to the marks, if the question that, let's say 15 marks descriptive question is there for you, so it can be divided into 3 subparts of 5 marks each, or it may be divided into 2 subparts, 7 marks or 8 marks. So if the question is of 7 marks, so you can write more, but if the question is of 5 marks only, so you can write less, keeping in view the marks allotted to that subpart. Answer independent questions in nature. Yes, dear students, it's many times this happens that your question is given after the case study, but that question is not related to case study. Many times in some independent types of MCQs and some independent types of descriptive questions are being asked. So there the facts of the case studies are immaterial and you have to write the legal provision. You can read the question properly to know whether it is based on the case study. ये आपको कैसे पता चलेगा कि question is based on case study or not? When you read the case study. आप केस स्टडी पढ़ोगे तो ही आपको पता चलेगा कि वह क्वेश्चन आपका केस स्टडी बेस्ड है और नॉट. और क्वेश्चन की फ्रेमिंग से भी समटाइम्स इट्स अ डायरेक्ट नेचर क्वेश्चन. एमसीक्यूज आपको डायरेक्ट पेनल्टीज पूछ ली, नंबर ऑफ डेज पूछ लिए, तो आपको क्वेश्चन से भी पता चल जाएगा कि दिस इज अ इंडिपेंडेंट क्वेश्चन और दिस क्वेश्चन इज बेस्ड ऑन द केस स्टडी. So you can write by simply starting the legal provision and then conclusion. General issues, writing of section number. Yes, at the final level and especially in the elective paper, we can expect, we can say that it's a mandatory type of thing.
सब कुछ तो है आपके पास, आपको क्या सेक्शन नंबर ही तो लिखना है elective का, but only
और आपके पास मटेरियल भी है, तो you can see, you can check from there. तो yes, writing of section number is mandatory in the paper 6D.
Yes.
But if आपके पास टाइम नहीं है, the time is time constant is there, so you can skip and you can simply start from the act, name of the act. Journal issues, yes, assumptions. Sometimes the question involves 2-3 assumptions. You are having some doubt that this question might involve some assumption, and the question is not giving the 100% information to you. So you can use the assumption. On the basis of that assumption, you can answer the question. You can write that I am assumption number 1, I have taken this assumption, and on that basis you can give your answer. Length of the answer, I have just 2-3 slides before I have conveyed you that if the answer is of 7 marks, so keeping in mind the length of the marks allotted, you can keep aside the length of your answer. If the question is of 7 marks, 8 marks, and you know the answer very well, so you can write 2-3 pages. And if you are not 100% sure, and if the marks is also less, so you can write less. Legal language, yes. Legal language, I think it will not be an issue because the material is with you.
Already, yes. Everything is lying at your convenience. It doesn't require too much think upon how to lay down the legal provision.
But it's not possible for you to copy each and every word from the material you have brought. So for this, legal language is a must. And legal language आपको कहाँ से मिलेगा? From where you can get the legal language? As many material you read, as many barracks you read, the legal language will come automatically in your writing. So for attaining legal language, not only for this paper, for paper 4, for direct law, for direct paper, text papers also, where laws are involved, your legal language comes automatically. Depends on how much you have read the material, how much you have read the study material. Answer to be complete in sense. Yes, descriptive questions के लिए answer you have to complete. Sometimes the students do not write the legal provision, but dear students, kindly keep in mind that stepwise marking is there for your every paper. For every CA paper, stepwise marking is there. For law paper, I am telling that legal provision, if the question is of 5 marks, so minimum 2 marks will be there for legal provision. Though it's an open book examination, you have to copy and paste from the material, but then also you have to write the legal provision. Then you can correlate the legal provision with the facts asked in the question, and then you can conclude. But write the conclusion only when you are 100% sure. Otherwise, just write the legal provision and correlate and just write your answer. But if you are not 100% sure, just leave the conclusion.
Yes. Then these are certain important points to be considered, just not avoiding giving a generalized answer. This is one of the most common thing for any of the paper, whether it may be our core paper also, or whether this may be a special paper, since they are expecting the specialized knowledge. So what is being required, that generalized answer should be avoided. So it should be provision bit. It should be on the legal background. It should be supported. Then answer should be given in legible English language. This is again, if something you're writing within your own manner or within your own language, so it should be properly coming out with the proper meaning in a legible manner. It should be read and understood. That should be there, right? And the short forms, the short notes, the diagrams, the table, and these all flow charts, these all should be avoided while giving the answers. These are good for retaining and revising and doing all these things, but in the answers, it's being expected you come out with the language, the manner the things are being written. So it is being required that it should be in a proper English language. Then short forms, WhatsApp language, SMS message, these all should be strictly avoided. This is very much clear to you from here also, from this point. And every time we say this point, because many students, they generally do and commit every time the same mistakes. So, and many students may be new also, so they should also be known about these shortcomings while writing the answers. And if any abbreviations are being used the first time, somewhere this should has been defined. Yes, this stood as in
like
this
BOD,
form. Yes.
Board of Directors.
For OPC, one-person company. Somewhere it should be first explained in the first line, wherever the term has been used. Yes, that abbreviated term should be used with the that nomenclature. And after that, you can use the short form wherever required. So that will save your time also, that would every time writing the complete nomenclature. So this could be done up. And if you see from examination aspect, what is the thing that examination, since student has a fear factor of the examination, I already said it. So any examination may be taken in an easy way with an organized manner. But yes, the thing is that it could be done with the proper planning and strategy and management of the time, as well as your how you're going to prepare that strategy that you have adhered to during your preparation time, or during these 40 days that you are going to do it up, right? So crossing the borderline is the first step or the first lap, and it take control over the rest and the next lap of the examination. So according to the regulation, what a thing is being expected, that you first secure the 40% of the mark which is required to pass the paper. Yes. And 50% in aggregate. So which gateway of law is easy to study? Start with that one, so that at least you are able to secure 40% of the mark. The first step is clear. Then with respect to rest of the balance 10% in the aggregate, that is for 50%, you need to find out the pathway, what all you can do to cover up this thing, and you can get and secure 50%, so that you will be passing in aggregate also. So you need to make this strategy, and this will hold key to your planning and preparation. It should be done right at this moment while revising to what all you are going to give the preference to the which topic first, so that at least you are able to clear the individual paper. Then what are the other things in all the papers that you need to plan out what I can do, so that aggregate also I just get passed with the requirement of obtaining of the 50% requirement. So just plan it in that way, in a smart way, how you can go with it. And you know what, there's a one ticket to your success. What is that? Though you have everything is important, whatever we told you, everything is important, every source is important, every way of learning is important. But if you don't have the writing practice, everything will go into, yes, it will become dull. Your every effort will go in, will be a waste. So the daily writing practice is the ticket to your success. So when you have the writing, habit, what will happen? You will be able to analyze the problems first of all. Then you'll be able to apply it practically in the given situation, and you will be able to interpret them as per the relevant sections, and then you'll be able to solve the question or evaluate and synthesis accordingly. So if you don't have the writing skill, you don't know how to proceed with the answer, because Mega, remember, we have received 2 or 3 students queries. They said we retain everything, we know everything, but we are not able to present an answer.
Yes.
So this writing skill, writing part is very important. This will help you in understanding how you can write your answer, how you can analyze, how you can apply, how you can interpret, and how you can evaluate the situation. So this only comes with the writing practice. And in fact, I'm telling you to cultivate it rightly and correctly. Take out the past 2 to 3 attempts suggested answers. Just write the answer as same as is given over there, at least for first 21 days. Because if you do anything for continuous for 21 days, it comes into your habit. Yes. And if you start doing it that way, automatically your hand will run like that only, as is being expected the answer
In the examination.
Yes. So just practice for first 21 days. You will find tremendous change in yourself. You will be finding that your writing patterns altogether changed. As you're writing as of now, it will be changed altogether. And you'll be finding that your approach to the examination, what that demands, you are able to fulfill that. That will be there, and everything will be within your command. How you want to do it, and what you want to do, in what manner you want to do it. So in that way, it will come into a flow. It will take less time, and it will be as per the expectation level. So agar if I conclude this whole discussion in a line, so I would say, after planning precisely, okay, plotting carefully, preparing thoughtfully for each of the chapter, you will be narrowing down your questions to possible, probable, and plausible, means certain. You will tend to know what are the probable questions that will be coming. You will tend to know what are the, you can say, in fact, possible, what are the possibilities of the coming of that questions. And you can also know the certainty. So this is comes with the practice and with whole whatever discussion we have done it. If you go your planning in a systematic and orderly manner, so definitely you will be able to achieve your objective in the desired direction. So this could be done, and since that time is also over, so we would like to conclude session, but a small story just of just for the sake of you students, so that you all will be motivated and you can proceed with a positive attitude to this paper, and we hope that you will definitely get the success, and through this session and connecting you through via this platform, definitely you all will be benefiting. And since we are seeing many of the queries of the students has been resolved, whatever we have taken in general session, their issues are common to that only, that also be taken care of and has been covered up. So story you all must have heard, but the what has happened when I was the story, you can say, on my personal experiences also, that let me tell in the form of a this personal experience. What happens, when I was small, I was going with my father and passing from a village. I saw there a elephant, a huge elephant was there. He was tied with a small rope, or you can say a small rope was there, which was being tied in his front leg. So I was amazed, such a huge elephant, and why is not making an attempt to make himself free or set himself free. I just asked out of curious to my father, what is this, daddy, why is that elephant is sitting just like this only and not making any effort or trying something to get himself free. At that time my father told me that this elephant, when it was brought over here, he was very small, and it was very young. At that time only he was tied with the same rope, and with passing of years it was conditioned to force that still that rope is capable to hold him and he cannot set himself free. So
Very nice.
yes, so what is the moral is simply that one should
Keep
not
trying.
be one should not be tied himself with this false misbelief that they cannot do it. Yes, if sometime it may be possible, everybody has faced failure somewhere in one way or the other in their life, but it doesn't mean that they won't put or they don't do any work for their success. So don't tie yourself with this false kind of the misbelief, or you can say this kind of the thought that I cannot do it. But every time be open and be ready and have a hope. Yes, I can do it and I will do it. With these lines, you just move ahead, and definitely success will be yours. So let's conclude the
Yes.
session, and thank you, students. Wish you all the best
All the best.
and have a great day.